We are creating an aquaponics garden. Aquaponics, you ask? Well, that's one of those nifty things that, let's say, aquaponics. Aqua stands for water. What does ponics stand for? Well, it's like hydroponics, except for with hydroponics, you have to keep the water all chemical and test its pH and things like that. What makes aquaponics special is we use the natural resource called fishes to keep your pH balanced. I believe that's correct. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So we balance the natural way.
Table is made from recycled pallets and just takes a little bracing to make a very stable table. We design it so that it can be assembled on site and easily taken apart and moved. Once the table is assembled and everything's locked down, all we have to do is flip it over and put the tables in place.
The secret.
The secret. What is that called?
The secret is in my hand.
What's that called, other than the secret?
This is called... I'll think of it. Don't worry. It's called a thread maker.
A thread maker.
Yes.
It
Well,
will
actually,
make
there's
threads.
a technical name for it,
But it makes threads.
I'm having a secret senior moment here. And what you do with this thing is you create a hole in the bottom of this
Tub.
grow bed that allows you to put your plumbing in with a minimum of waste, effort, and cost, and a hole that does not leak. You see, and that's important. That's the important part of this. I'm actually putting threads in about a 3/16 of a piece of plastic, and it's just enough to hold the plastic fitting that goes in here. This little tool here, which is used to cut PVC with, it's very specifically designed to cut it straight. So if you get it crooked, the bell siphon, you want that to be flat across the top. That's important. And you just stick it right into that hole, to which you put This is the heart of the system. If this leaks, then your system really won't work well, and you'll have water everywhere. You know, and so this little connection here for this box is kind of the core of making it all work well, and over time operating so that you have flow of water every day, all day, as long as you run the pump. And a lot of money is spent just to get this, you know, I mean, people, when I was looking how to do this, different ways of doing it, there's one little piece that you can buy from, like, Diamond Head Sprinkler Supplied. It's a round, circular, thick plastic, rubber fitting that can go right in this hole perfectly. And then you just stick your pipe in. But that thing alone costs $10.
So.
You know, so if you got 4 to 6 to 20 boxes, you know, you're talking about a major expense.
Yeah.
And try to keep the cost of these down to a point where, you know, average people can afford to put them in their home and put a generous number in their home. Because when people ask me how many grow boxes do I need, I tell them you need at least 3 to 4 per person in the family.
Oh.
And you'll see when you get going doing this, how much food you'll get out of this. It's a lot, you know. But you've got to be growing all the time. You know what I mean? And you can grow for 30 or 40 days in these boxes and eat it all in a couple days. I mean, you know.
So you constantly need to be cycling through, growing, planting, growing. Yeah.
That's right. So you need to be, you know, constant. That's a good way of putting it. Constantly cycling the boxes, refreshing the boxes, putting new plants in every day, almost every day, but you know, not every day. Never stop doing seedlings. I always do. I'm always making seedlings. I've got about, let's see, 2 boxes, and each box has about 35 seedlings in each one. So I got 70 seedlings going on right now at home. And I'll put those in over the next 3 or so weeks, you know. And I'll start a new, so every 2 or 3 weeks I'm starting a new batch of seedlings. Just put one hand on top like that. That gives me my downward pressure. And then turn it with this. And you just want to turn it little bit by little bit and kind of let it draw itself in. And sometimes if it's going off like that a little bit, you just kind of straighten it up and it'll kind of jump down one little notch. Just check your level or check your your plumb every once in a while. And sometimes it just won't go in absolutely straight. So we actually have some female fittings that go on the bottom of these boxes, going just like this.
We need to make a hole in the correct place in the pallet so that that fitting can extend down and pick up the plumbing from below.
When the water comes through the pipe up here, it needs something to stop the flow, or not stop it, but slow down the flow in order for the siphon to catch. Okay? And so what I understand slows the flow down is an angle, something like that.
Oh.
Okay? So this goes right up inside the white extension on the bottom of the thing, and then this goes right into...
Yeah.
Got our extension somewhere.
Don't have to glue this?
Nope, I don't glue any of my fittings, Bill, because...
You want to be able to take them apart.
That's right. There's just too much changing around and futting and repairing and stuff like that.
We are filling the tub with water.
Box.
And then these are the pipes.
Test the boxes empty, because if we have to make adjustments to the plumbing, we don't have to take the rocks out to do it.
And the rocks, that's the inside
Inside the truck.
that's going to be the bed for our plantings. Ah, there it is.
These are
All the rocks. Basically cinder, yes?
I like to call it what it is. It's a lava.
Yeah, it is lava, right?
Cinder. Get a plant from the nursery, it's in a pot with a lot of dirt. What do? What's the dirt off of it?
You know,
Or you don't do that?
oh no, I do. I knock off some of the dirt, but I don't knock off all of the dirt. You know, it depends on if the roots are wrapped around it already. You know how they get wrapped. I don't knock off the roots because
Just kind of place it inside the ash, the lava.
again, just all the dirt.
You need to pull the roots so they're not all wrapped.
No, you're going to give the plant more stress if you do that.
Yeah.
Do you have to worry about slugs and things like that? Or is this...
Less so, because
Less so.
they would
Have to climb up.
Here,
Actually,
and
the
if they
slugs-
get here, you can get rid of them.
I wouldn't advise eating them.
No.
But the slugs do not like the feel on the underbelly
Okay,
of the rock.
so that rock
See how
really
the rock,
does.
The rock is real porous and kind of rough. You can feel it, right? So when they get up on there, they don't like the feel.
Yeah, it's
They
lava.
Just, they just don't like the feel of it. So I've never had in 4 or 5 years, or actually 2 years of doing this kind of gardening, I've never had
The slug problem.
slug
Yeah.
in my.
And what kind of fish do you put in there?
They're kind of slim.
In other words, doesn't matter?
Really doesn't.
So we could get some pretty carp.
You could get guppies from...
Now that water will ultimately recycle again and again and again. So you only have to fill it, well, when it starts to get low, right? So you kind of come out, check it every day and add a couple of quarts.
Yeah, you do want to check your water level every day. That's one thing that you need to do every day, is check your water level, because there's times when the water level goes low. And
so we've got a pump down there. And as you can see, those are the ones that are coming down out of the pots. That's the one coming up to the top. So that's where the water's coming out. And then into each section.
generally speaking, you want these little faucets to be as far away from these as you can get them.
Oh, okay.
That way, you have the water has to travel to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And these little things allow you to control the water flow inexpensively. You know?
Mm-hmm. And so these are basically valves.
Yeah, they're little hose turnoffs.
Yeah.
They're just like backyard hose things. They
Right.
just have a little on and off valve. You know.
So that just lets you control the amount of water coming through at each pump.
Right. What happens is the bell siphon tends to work better with a specific flow of water, and every garden is a little bit different. It has to do with where we are in terms of barometric pressure of the location we're in, how much sun, how much wind. I mean, all those factors affect the flow of water. And so it's a constant, not constant, but it's an initial setting that you really don't have to change once you've got it set up. So
we need to make a screen that will keep the rocks from clogging the siphon and let the water get in and keep the rocks out. So making the slots in a 4-inch PVC pipe, and that will go around the siphon to protect it.
So this white pump, that's going to come up when the water hits a certain level, and then...
No, it's just a siphon.
It's just a siphon. So what triggers the actual beginning of this to go under?
When the water goes up into the top of the siphon, it'll start to pull water.
Okay, okay, I see. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so that siphon, right. So that's the siphon.
We need to hold the rock screen in place while the cinder, the lava, is being added to the grow bed.
Now it's good, right? Yep.
That's 3, and that's good.
Well, we don't want puddling. Puddling. So we're going to have to fill this one up again and make sure it doesn't puddle.
Oh, I see.
And
yeah.
wherever puddles, we just need to make sure there's enough rock. Right?
Yeah.
We got full flow going on here. Yes, sir. Woohoo! So this is 100% vermicast. This is I just bought this one exactly this year. So it's really fresh stuff. And it's got bugs in it, microlife, all kinds of good stuff. It's all good stuff. Always keep it in a breathable bag like this, so that the bugs don't die.
Okay.
And all the
And
microlife-
you want to keep it out of the sun or in the sun?
No, you want to keep it out of the sun
Out of the sun. Okay.
and out of the rain. You don't want it to get wet.
So treat it like you would the worms, basically. This is where it starts. This is an egg, fruit. Yes. And this is where it goes. We've got 2 bins here. One bin is empty, but notice we put holes in it. All these little holes. And at this point, it's empty. On the other hand, we've got this bin. This bin is not empty. This bin is got a burlap sack that's damp, keeping in the moisture. And these are worms. What is this, do you think? It actually smells good. It smells healthy. Here's a worm. Wait, let me get a worm. Let me find you a worm. There we go. That's a worm. There we go. There he is. That's the magic. That's the magic. Toss in this.